It is a pleasure to be with you here this evening. Most of you don't know me. I'm a native San Franciscan. I've lived here in Los Angeles, Claremont, to be more precise, for the last 4 years. And when Judge Hatter asked me to come and give a few remarks here this evening, I thought about the schism that I've been raised with that Northern Californians feel for Southern Californians. And I have to say, I'm overwhelmed that you have invited me out to speak, Judge Hatter, on what would be for a native San Francisco a balmy evening. Thank you so much. I commend the Western Justice Center for selecting Judge Terry Hatter as your Lifetime Achievement Award. As I thought about what I would share with you this evening, I asked myself, what qualities does someone who is honored with a Life Achievement Award typically possess? It seemed to me that a judge honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award would, for example, possess the intellect necessary to unravel complicated legal issues, wisdom, excellent judgment, and the kind of life experience and courage that allows them to push the law in new directions when the dictates of equal treatment under the law demand, regardless of public opinion. I'm confident that we all agree tonight that Judge Terry Hatter, Jr. richly deserves this award you bestow on him tonight. For Judge Hatter has not simply been an outstanding jurist for well over 40 years, someone who has established a body of work worthy of great esteem, but he has come to embody the standard by which we measure justice in our community, done so by virtue of his core values: professionalism, commitment to excellence, respect for others, humility, and deep compassion for all who stand before him. And I could stop here, but my remarks, if I did so, would be incomplete because they would fail to mention the deep impact Judge Hatter has had, not only on my life, but on the lives of countless others in our community. I met Judge Hatter and Trudy shortly after I graduated from law school in the 1980s, just after he had been confirmed to a seat he continues to hold on the Central District of the federal court here in Los Angeles. And I was inspired after getting to know him, following him, reading his eloquent decisions, among others, pointing out the disparity in sentencing guidelines between those who possess crack cocaine versus powder cocaine, and calling it out for what it was: racial discrimination. And inspired by Judge Hatter, I decided that I wanted to do my part in applying the law equally and fairly as a federal judge. And with his support, I did serve on the federal bench for just shy of 11 years. And there are others who were so inspired by Judge Hatter who also applied for the federal bench in the state courts, and they're still continuing to serve in those positions, and that includes the next speaker, Judge Barat. Still others were inspired to seek out positions in the public interest sector, to work for institutions like WJC that we gather here tonight to raise funds for. And later, when I became Governor Newsom's appointment secretary, judicial appointment secretary, Judge Hatter called me and invited me to a meeting here in Los Angeles where he introduced me to a number of lawyers and judges. I was not known here. And those judges and lawyers became trusted advisors to me helping me to vet thousands of applications for the California judiciary. And those lawyers and judges continue to serve in those positions to this day. For simply put, Judge Hatter's influence upon the law and the people it serves, as you've heard, spans over 6 decades. And with Governor Newsom's appointments to the California courts, the most diverse group of judicial candidates ever in the history of California, appointments influenced by Judge Hatter, his impact on the law will continue for the foreseeable future. I've been blessed to be mentored by both Terry and Trudy, for they provide mentorship as a team, actively empowering individuals to reach their potential, especially young lawyers and young folks who come from marginalized communities. Just want to say, as I close, it is a personal relationship I've enjoyed with Terry and Trudy. And when I spend time with him, the visit takes on a spiritual dimension. It does so because Terry will invariably create a space where I can just be myself, because he always has the courage to be himself. That is perhaps the greatest gift that Terry has given to me. So let me close with a poem. It was written by Terry's first elbow law clerk that he hired when he assumed the mantle of the federal district court, written by none other than Judge Fumiko Wasserman, who still serves on the Los Angeles Superior Court. It is a Japanese haiku. I think you'll agree her words succinctly capture the values that both Terry and Trudy have modeled for all of us, values that counsel us to use our skills and talents in ways that make life better for those in our community. Judge Wasserman wrote, "You changed our lives by teaching us to pay forward and to always do our best." Congratulations, Terry.